guys, this is Karen and I'm saying good morning. I woke up about 20 minutes ago and now I'm getting ready for work, and I thought let's get ready together. So here we are, and I'm starting with a primer, and I'm using my Tony Moly Silky Smooth Balm as a primer. So I'm just taking, it looks like this, like a cream. Oh, I don't know, you can't really see that. It looks like a cream, so I'm just taking some with my fingers and I'm rubbing it between my fingers so it will warm up and won't be flaky, because it's a bit flaky. And I'm just rubbing it all over my face. So I'm priming. Of course, I already applied all of my moisturizing serum and moisturizer, eye cream. Everything is already done, but what I didn't do is sunscreen. So I'm just adding some sunscreen. This is by Katarina. This is the facial sunscreen, 50 SPF. So I'm just applying it to my face. The dotting, I don't know where I saw that. I saw that in one video. Some kind of doctor, a skin doctor. I forgot her name, but she recommended the 13 dots system. You apply 3 dots on your forehead, 3 dots on each cheek, 1 dot in the sides of your nose, and 2 dots on your chin. And it's supposed to help with getting an even coat all over your face. And I'm getting a bit flaky from the sunscreen. And I'm not neglecting my neck, so I'm just adding some to my neck and décolletage, of course. Oh, I have a bit of white here and tiny bit more, and if you can see, I'm flaking here. Yep. Okay, so now I want to wait a few seconds for this. Oh, I forgot to apply under my eyes, because the eye cream I'm using doesn't have SPF, so I have to add a tiny bit of SPF under my eyes and on my eyelids. So, and I can use that as the primer to the primer. Oh, this is funny. Okay, so I'm just waiting for it to dry for a few seconds. Sorry. And in these few seconds I'm going to add I'm going to work on my eyes. So I'm just adding a base. This is by Wet n Wild. This is the Photo Focus eyeshadow primer, and I'm just going to add it above the primer, above the sunscreen, as a primer, because I want to start with the eyes, like that. And I just want an even coat to have some sort of black canvas while applying my eyeshadows. Just like that. Okay, so I'm all moisturized and primed, everything is ready, but let's start with the eyes. Okay, so I'm using these two by e.l.f. This is the bite size. So this is cream and sugar, and this is rose water, and I'm going to use them both. So I'm starting with the base, and I'm taking this pink base here. This here, I'm taking my crease brush and adding it above my crease. I don't know why I took these two eyeshadows. I think I can use only one. So I'll use just this guy, this rose water. I think it will be enough. I have a transition shade, I have shimmer shade, I have a dark shade. So I don't really need another palette. And I'm just going to take my flat brush and apply with the dark berry color here, and I'm going to add it to the outer corner of my eye in tapping motions, just like that, and on the other side. Now I didn't apply foundation, so if I will have fallout, it's not a big deal. But this guy doesn't have fallout. The lighter one did, but this one doesn't. They're not even, and I'm not worried about that. But I'm going to add this beautiful shimmer on top of them, just with my finger and tapping motions. I'm just tapping the shimmer, just like that, and at the seam I'm just rubbing it closer, so it will be as one, as much as possible, of course, because it's a dark shade and a light shade. With my finger and trying to make it seamless. Just like that. And of course I'm going to take my blending brush and blend the edges. This mineral sunscreen is good, but it leaves a white cast all over my face, which is kind of annoying. Okay, so the eyes are done. Yep, definitely done. So we just use, okay, you know what, I will use, if I already took two, so I'm going to use the white, this guy here, not white, the lightest shade from the shimmer as my, in my tear dot, just like that. Morning leftovers. So I'm just adding it to the tear dot with a small brush. I usually use my pencil brush, but I couldn't find it, so I just took a very tiny brush and added it to the tear dot. And now we can wear foundation, and I'm using my Revlon Candy. This is in the shade 220. Just taking 2 pumps on the back of my hand, and I'm taking my damp sponge. This sponge is by Spectrum, not a bad sponge. Gives me an even coat. And of course it's damp. I tried once using a dry sponge. You can see that flakiness from the sunscreen. It's driving me nuts. I tried using a dry sponge for application of foundation, but it doesn't work, so the sponge has to be dumped. That means that you wash it and then just squeeze it a bit, so it won't be completely wet. Okay, this is annoying. And you can see, okay, now you can see the fallout from the eyeshadow here. Can you see that? I'm glad I did my eyes first. Now I'm using the Revlon Candid Concealer in the shade 030 and adding it to the inner corner and outer corner, inner corner and outer corner. And taking my sponge and covering the fallout basically and on the other side as well. Just tapping it. Until I'm happy with the results. Just like that. Okay. Now let's powder, and I'm using my Focallure Flawless Setting Powder. And I'm taking my ColourPop brush. This is number F1, and I'm just dipping in the powder and applying it to myself, not my under eye. Just the forehead and the T-zone, which are most important. Okay, now let's do eyebrows, because I feel like I don't have any eyebrows, and I'm using this e.l.f. Duo in the shade Light. This is how it looks like. And I'm just going to take my brush, if I will find it. Yeah, found it. And I'm starting with the light shade at the beginning of the eyebrow, where I do have hair, and taking the dark color to the ends of my eyebrow. Same on the other side. And you can see that my brow is completely white because of the sunscreen. So I'm just covering it. Okay, and now let's take my Wet n Wild. Once was called Mega Clear. It once was clear, not anymore. This is edged for brow and lash mascara. Once upon a time it was clear, but since I'm dipping after I applied powder, it gets dirty. So I'm just combing my brows and setting them as I want them. Now we have left with the complexion, and I'm using my e.l.f. This is the primer infused bronzer in the shade forever sun-kissed. And I'm just taking my bronzer brush and warming up my face because they are too white. And of course I'm warming my forehead as well. Okay, and I'm taking again from e.l.f. This is the primer infused blush in the shade Always Cheeky. Remember that. Why did I have to look? I don't know. And I'm just adding it to my cheeks to get some rouge. I'm applying it from the cheeks upwards to my temples. And now I'm taking this guy from Focalure. This is the Sculpt Glow, and I'm using the Glow, the highlighter. This is in the shade 03, and I'm just adding some light sheen to my face, just like that. Now we have lipstick. And I'm not going to use a lip liner because I am in a hurry. What the time is? Oh my god. Okay, so I'm using my Revlon. This is the Soft Silver Rose 430. This is how it looks like. It's just a pink. It's shiny. So I don't need to use anything on top of it. Oh, I've got mascara. Yeah, I did. I'm using my Maybelline Snapscara in the shade Blue. So let's add some coat of mascara. And beautiful, it goes so well with the pink. So I'm just coating them, not doing anything special, just coating my lashes. I had to declutter my Essence mascaras, the Lash Princess and the 18 Hour Stylish. They were just too old. So now I don't have a choice but use other mascara that I have before they'll get too old as well. Okay, so now we have mascara. So this is the final look. And let me know what you think about this look, and I'm ready for the office, and I'll catch you all in my next video. Bye.